All right, guys, we are going to do another mixed coin hunt. I actually got some pennies with this hunt. And it's actually kind of a funny story because I got all this from mostly two different branches. I think I don't know, maybe one of the quarter rolls, one of the dime rolls, and I think these nickels came from my local Chase, but everything else came from two different banks. Now, when I had gone into the second Chase branch, most banks I've learned are only usually willing to give me one or two rolls. So I went into that bank asking, hey, can I get, I know you guys are low on pennies, but could I get maybe like one or two rolls? I actually got three rolls at the first bank. And to my shock, they were like, "Oh, we actually have a lot of pennies," and I actually ended up getting $25 in total. Now, about I think $5 worth of it were circulated machine wrapped, and all of my circulated machine wrap pennies that I've been getting, I've been setting aside. So those are set aside, and then the rest of them which is another like $13 or so because I had some penny rolls that I got at my most local Chase and then three other rolls that I got at the first bank. So the other $13 or so I'm holding on to because I'm thinking about either adding them to some other penny hunt footage that I have from all the way back in December last year that was another $25, but I just haven't had any pennies to combine it with. So I'm either going to hunt those pennies and add it onto that set of clips or add them onto another mixed hunt. But I got $10 in this one. I tried to pick pretty much all the same type of wrappers here for it to make a little more sense. But yeah, I also didn't include quite all the nickels, but yeah, I mean we got a pretty good mix here. We got about I don't know about a little under 200 in quarters. I think it's 75 in dimes. This I'd say maybe around $50 to $60 in nickels, and again, as I said, $10 in pennies, and then a huge stack of half dollars and dollar coins. And with the ones I can see, the dates I can see, I don't see anything that special, but I'll go through there to make sure. So I'm gonna start on the loose stuff, and then I will then get into the. You know what? I'll do the loose stuff, then I'll do the quarters, dimes, nickels, and then finish off with the pennies again, like we did last time. So, yep, let's get into it. How people? I totally did not see this coming. Um, I went through all I can't talk. I went through all the half dollars. Didn't get anything in there. I went through all the dollar coins, didn't get anything in there either. It was actually a pretty dull batch either. There weren't even any like 2021s or anything for me to get excited about and think they were NIFCs. But holy cow, guys, I'm in the very first roll of quarters. This is literally the first roll of quarters. And I dumped them out, and I see that one shining right there. And it says 1960 something. And so I pull the edges up, and I take a look. It's kind of tarnished, but look at this. We got a silver quarter in the custom wrap quarters. 1961 Philadelphia. That was so unexpected. First roll of quarters. Excuse the sniffling. We get silver. And again, with how silver is, with the price of silver lately, I don't know, this is worth what, $15, I'd say. Awesome find. And super unexpected. And I'm happy that quarters are finally producing. I think my last mixed coin hunt, I got a W, and then this one, I got a silver. What a start. Unfortunately, this is the only roll I have of that type, but let's hope we can be as lucky with the other denominations. Holy crap. Alright, I totally didn't notice this at all, but I'm on roll 3, and this one was towards the end. It had a bit of a different sound, and I took a look at it, and it is a Canadian quarter. 1969 again. My last hunt, I also found a 1969 Canadian quarter. Again, we almost had another silver there. If it would have just been 1 year prior, it might not have certainly been silver, but it very well could have been. All right, let's keep going. All right, I'm in roll 5, and got another foreign here. Right there. It's another Canadian. Looks quite a bit newer though. Yep, 2011. There you go. We got a 1969 Canadian quarter and a 2011. I'm not seeing anything else in here. But with quarters, you never know until you check the dates. So, yeah, let's keep going. Alright, I got another foreign. I only have 6 rolls left in the quarters, but I got a 1993 Canadian quarter. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, we're sure heavy on the foreigns today, especially at least with the quarters. I got another one here. I guess I would have seen these all if I opened them up with the edges like that, but we got a 1979, and it's kind of funny because we have 4 different decades represented here. We got a 1969, a 1979, a 1993, and a 2011. Maybe we'll get one in the 50s. Alright, I'm on dimes, and I don't have any finds yet, but I just wanted to say that I did finish the quarters, and the only other things I found 2 2012 Denali's that are absolutely fantastic. Hold on. Both of them are in really good shape. I found them both in the same roll. And I believe that those are a bit lower minted. So I'm definitely going to pull those out because those are some lower minted coins. But I just want to say, as I'm going through the dimes, I'm also looking for any of the 2026 coins. Because I'm very anxious to find some of those because, you know, especially with dimes, you know, they're taking a break from the Roosevelt design this year. So, but as I you know, pull them down like this, so far I've only seen Roosevelt designs. So, haven't gotten any 2026s yet, but we'll keep looking. All right, well, I totally missed this. We have a silver. We have a silver dime, and I did not see it because if I can pull these up here. Oh, you can probably hear it too. Let me position these where they were. All right, I totally messed this up. Bear with me, guys. I'm totally missed it because it was an ender. But very end, it clanked out of there. We got silver in the dimes as well. Denver Mint, 1964. That is awesome. And surprisingly, that is my first silver dime found coin roll hunting of 2026. I found, as you may know, I found a silver dime in a Coinstar recently. But yeah, it has taken all the way until March 12th as I'm filming this to find a silver dime coin roll hunting. I found a silver coin roll hunting in quarters, for goodness sake, first. I mean, that is how long it has taken me to find a silver coin roll hunting. But yeah, to beat that, it was also an ender. So Fantastic. All right, we got 2 silvers and 2 denominations. Let's keep going. All right, I'm on the third to last roll of dimes, and I figured we'd probably get a foreign at some point because these quarter rolls that are look like they're the same type. We got a few foreigns in the quarters, but right smack dab in the middle of this roll, we got what is definitely a foreign right there. I presume Canadian. Yep, Canadian. Alright. Set these down here. Alright. Let's see what we got here. 1998. I don't know if I've ever found a Canadian dime of that variation. So, cool. We got a foreign in the foreigns in the quarters and the dimes now. So, yeah, let's keep looking. All right, well, this was a pretty wild find. I'm going through the nickels now. Finished up with the dimes, didn't find anything else. Actually, the only thing I found was a 1970 with the reverse of 1968, I believe, and then a really nice 2006 D. There were a few in there that I thought were nice, but finished with the dimes. But I'm on the nickels, and I'm on the very first roll, and I'm starting with the machine wrap this time. And look at that find. I don't know if you can tell. This is a 1968 nickel, but this is 100% a proof. 1968S. Look at that coin. You can tell by the edge. Let's compare it to let's just compare it to any random coin in here. You can see how much thicker the edge is, and one other telltale sign is by the steps. Now I don't know how well you guys can see it here, but this nickel has pretty much full steps, and if this were just like a polished coin, those would not be there. So this is definitely a 1968 proof. And yeah, it doesn't really necessarily have any cameo, but you know, a lot of coins prior to in fact, most U.S. proofs prior to the 1970s did not have, or prior to the mid 70s, I should say, did not have cameos. And from 1968 to from 1968 to 1970, the nickels, they made San Franciscos that were not proofs, that were business strikes, but you can easily distinguish this one. That is really cool. That is a really cool find. That's actually one that I don't think I've ever found before. I have found a few proofs before that were in the early 60s that were Philadelphia minted. And I actually also found a 1968 penny that was a proof, but yeah, now I found the nickel equivalent. So awesome find. All right, let's keep going. All right, I'm on roll. What is that? Roll 4, and I see a couple interesting things here. I see one for sure. Our first oldie, 1958. Out of Denver, and it's got one of those, I don't know what it's from, but those little circle things that end up on the Monticello building. I see those all the time. I don't know what it's from, but 1958, and then one here that caught my eye. Looks old, Philadelphia. Yep, 1954. 54, and then this one. Yep, another oldie. Wow. These machine wrap nickels are on fire so far. 1941 out of Philly. It's our oldest one yet. And then I don't see anything major other than this really nice bison nickel that I'm probably going to pull out and set aside. But yeah, wow, that was a very eventful roll. Let's keep going. All right, next roll, and maybe I should move this down a little bit more. We got another 1958. Another 1958 out of Denver. All right, we got one there before. Always trying to flip those really shiny, new looking ones, because always hoping I find that 2024. All right, let's keep going. All right, I got 2 more rolls in the machine wrapped, and then I got, I don't know, maybe 15 rolls of customer wrapped, and we got at least 2 finds here. One towards the beginning of the roll, 1954, Denver, which we already had, I believe. No, that was a Philly. Philly and Denver. And then going through, no, those aren't old. And that's just a 1964. But this one, which is very dirty, 1947, out of Denver. All right, that's number 2 of the 40s. And, nope. All right, let's keep going. All right, I'm going through the customer wrapped, and I think I'm on roll 4. And one of the last rolls of the machine wrapped, I hadn't brought you in on it, but I did get a 1959 out of Denver. But I'm on as I said, I think I'm on roll 4 or 5, and I got this one here. I really thought it was silver at first. It was facing me. It was facing at me. Come on, it was facing at me like that, and man, I really thought it was silver, but it is a find though. 1959 out of Philly. It's actually a bit of a better date, but yeah, man, that really scared me though. I don't see anything else major in here except for that crazy toned one. But yeah, let's keep going. All right, I'm still going through the customer wrapped, and I got a very dirty 1958 out of Denver. And I presume whoever definitely hunted this roll decided to not keep it because of its condition. So yep, let's keep going. All right, one of the next rolls, I got a pair of twins here, 2 in the 50s, and they are both 1956, Denver. So first in that year, I believe. I think so. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys. I think nickels have finally have joined the quarters and the dimes. And man, silver nickels have been consistent for over a year now. I have been finding silver nickels left and right for ever since the beginning of 2025, and that has got to be silver. I haven't seen the reverse yet, but if that's not silver, I don't know what is. And I also noticed there's a foreign right there too. Got a foreign. So I just noticed that as I started filming. So let's check that out first. 1989. So, we got started on the foreign train with nickels. And as I think I said in my last video, it seems like whenever I get a decent hunt, I also get a decent amount of foreigns, which I guess is part of why it's decent, because I like finding foreigns. Yeah, this has to be silver. Yep. It is 1943 out of San Francisco. We got silver. And that's like, what, like my 5th silver nickel? I mean, we were doing poorly. We've been doing poorly with silver dimes, but that's already like my 5th, at least 5th silver nickel of this year. So, that is fantastic. All right, wow. That is awesome. I don't see anything else, but we got silver. Let's keep going. All right, very next roll. This one was reverse facing, and it was very worn. But I flipped it, and it is a 1939. So we got a 30s Jefferson nickel too. Of course, I already saw the back, so I know there's no mint mark, but I'll check it for doubling off camera. But that is another good find for the nickels. Let's keep going. All right, towards the end of one of the other rolls, and got another 40s. 1947, out of Denver. Second from that year, in much better shape. Let's keep powering through. All right, it's kind of funny. I dumped this roll out, and right by each other, right next to each other, we got two from 1959. One out of Denver, one out of Philly. This one's actually in good shape. So, yeah, and then in another roll, I guess I should have pulled you guys in for it. We had gotten a 1955 out of Denver. So, first from that year, and not seeing anything else. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys. I'm on the second to last roll, and I think we did it again with nickels. We got another silver. Holy crap. Last hunt we got 2 silver nickels, and this one we did 1943 out of Philly. It'd be nice to find the 43 Denver as well, because that one is of the silver nickels, that's one you want to find. But holy cow. We have... Alright, sorry about that camera pause, but yeah, we did it again with nickels. Holy crap. That is awesome. Let's keep going. Well, let's keep going. We got one more roll of nickels, and I realized right after I stopped filming the intro that these 2 rolls are uncirculated. I should have known that they were, because they were Brinks. A lot of the Brinks nickels I've been getting over the last couple months have been uncirculated, and these are also 2025. So really, this is the last of the nickels. So we'll keep going. All right, I'm on that last roll, and I thought I'd just show it since it's the last roll. We did get one parting gift. 1958 out of Denver. Looks like it was an ender at some point. But yeah. Let's unless there's anything else in here, which I guess I should just look and see. Nope, 64. Oh, yep, we did get something else. One more find, last find of the nickels. 1957 out of Denver, which actually is another new year for us. So let's actually shift these this way a little bit, and yeah, let's move on to pennies now. All right, I'm on pennies, and I didn't get any finds yet, but I just want to say this roll, I just realized going through the end of this roll, just realized there is no shield pennies in here. They're all, I mean, there's no Wheaties in this roll either, but it's all memorial backs. So, and it's strange too, because, you know, it's in modern wrappers, so I wonder if someone rolled up their coin jar. Because it definitely doesn't seem like these have been sitting in these rolls forever. And, because, you know, these are new wrappers. And, yeah, it looks like someone might have cashed in their coin jar, and we got quite a bit more rolls of it. So, hopefully it's not like how I've seen so often in the past where you get a collection dump, but it's a collection dump with memorial backs and or copper, but minus all the wheat pennies. So hopefully this isn't one of those collection dumps, and it's a collection dump where I can actually find some wheat pennies. Because the other denominations have been doing great, so hopefully these do too. Alright, I got, well, looks like at least 2 foreigns in this roll. I'm on roll 5. I want to say also that, man, I was really tempted to, because if you heard when in the intro when I was talking about how I actually did get $25 in pennies and they were all good, and I was so tempted to just have those as a $25 hunt. But there were some machine wrap rolls in there, and I wanted to set those aside, and that was a must for me. And I was like, if I'm gonna break them up, might as well include a few of them in a mixed hunt, because last time I did a mixed hunt with pennies, it went really well. So, but I got at least 2 Canadians here, a couple other ones that kind of look old. Let's take a look at these first. We got one here that is definitely doesn't look coppery, up 2004. So that's every denomination other than those half dollars and dollars that we had a foreign coin. So, and honestly, it's the same type of wrapper too. So whoever wrapped these cointainer ones, definitely we're putting in the Canadians. But we got a 1991 right there. And then let's, nope, that's a 1961. Maybe not. I thought we had something old in here. Oh, yep, there we go. There's a Wheatie. I was hoping one of these would be. Ironically, though, the roll that had the cointainer ones actually has some modern coins in it. We didn't get a Wheatie. 1953 out of Denver. So it's in decent condition. All right. Let's keep going. All right, in one of the other custom wrapped rolls, I guess I should have shown you, I got another Canadian penny from 1991. But you know what? If we're not gonna find wheats, I'm okay finding different foreigns. We got this. This really surprised me. It was 3 coins from the end, and we got a Panamanian coin, Un Centésimo de Balboa from Panama. Whoa. That's one I've never seen before. I've never seen that variation before. I've gotten these coins before, but yeah, 1993. That is a really cool coin. That is awesome. Yeah, I love finding non-Canadian foreigns. So that's really cool. That one has some crazy toning, but other than that, I don't see anything else. All right, let's keep going. All right, in another roll, I had gotten another Canadian, 1981, so oldest of those. But man, these pennies have been slow. I'm on the very last roll, and I finally got a wheat penny in the very last roll. Man, these rolls did not pan out like I hoped they would. But we did get another one, finally. Right here. 1953 again. This time, San Francisco. So, it's in pretty good shape, though. So, yeah, we finally got another wheat penny. I was really thinking we were going to be stuck at 1. And 2 is not that great, but it's still decent. So, yeah, that's the very last roll of pennies. So, yeah, I'll get you guys a wrap-up. All right, so we are done with all those rolls, and I got to do this pretty quick because my phone is about to die. But this was a really, really, really good hunt. I mean, I definitely did not think that, the mixed, whatever mixed coin hunt I had after my last one could be anywhere close to how that hunt went, because, that was, my last hunt was also fantastic. And I think, I don't know, maybe that hunt might have etched it out a bit, just because, we got a steel penny also, and a key date Jefferson nickel and stuff like that. But this hunt is almost equal, I'd say, in just how great it was. I cannot say enough good things about this hunt. So yeah, I'm going to get into it pretty quickly, though. As for side finds, we got those 2 really nice Denali's. I got a Connecticut that has some really cool toning, some really cool dark toning to it. 3 nickels that are Jefferson modified that, I don't know, could be annealing issue coin. We got a 1981 that has a lot of that wood grain, woody appearance to it. So I don't know. I like pine. I only pull those out really when they're pretty severe, and you can see that pretty well. It's pretty prominent. And then I got this this 1960 that has some pretty good toning on it. I got one 1970 proof reverse dime. We got this really, really worn down nickel. I like the weird and, worn down ones. I don't know. They're cool. This really crazy toned 2022. This other toned penny. Couple nice coppers. Considering how many older coins in there wasn't a whole lot nice for copper. That was the closest in there. Two really nice and toned bison nickels, and then a really nice 2006. I'll start with foreigns. I'll do it kind of like how I did last time. I'll start with the foreign coins. We got we got a lot of Canadian. In fact, we got a $1.18 in Canadian coins. Actually, we got 1969, 1979, 1993, and 2011 quarters. We got that. Phone does not want to focus here. We got that 1998 Canadian dime, a 1989 Canadian nickel. We got two 1991 Canadian pennies, a 2004, and also actually a 1981. That should go up there. The only one that's not copper is this one. And then definitely the best find of the pennies, and definitely best foreign was this coin from Panama, 1993. So I've never seen that variation too, so that's a really cool coin. Definitely one of my favorites. And then as far as kind of the other coins, the U.S. finds, only two wheat pennies. That was the only real downside of the hunt at all. 1953D and 1953S. And in the nickels, we got tons of finds. It's funny because the downside of my last hunt was the dimes. The dimes actually gave us some silver this time. So yeah, only two wheat pennies. That's the only real downside. We got a stack of 59s. This one being in pretty good shape. We got a stack from 58, actually an equal stack there. One from 57, two from 56, one from 55, two from 54. And then in the 40s, two from 47, two from 43, which I'll get to. One from 41 and one 1939. Doesn't have any DDRs on it. And then taking a closer look at the silvers, 1943 Philadelphia and 1943 S. This one's actually in pretty good shape. Both pulled out of the custom wrapped rolls. And then of those machine wrapped rolls, we got that 1968 S proof, which is definitely a bucket lister and definitely an awesome find. Awesome. And this one I don't even need to do any diagnostics. A lot of times I get those 68s and I think they're proofs, but it's really hard to tell. That one's pretty blatantly obvious. And then we got the silver dime. And it was an Ender, 1964. So we finally got a silver dime corner hunting this year, and one of the biggest surprises of all, a silver quarter from 1961. And you know what? I have to say, I have been finding silver quarters pretty much exclusively in custom wrap rolls. So I treat custom wrap rolls of quarters the same way as machine wrap quarters. They don't differ. Honestly, custom wrap quarters have been a lot better. Machine wrap quarters have actually been my enemy lately. But yeah, 1961 out of Philly. And what a terrific hunt, guys. Not sure when my next hunt is going to be, but holy cow, this was a great hunt. And yeah, that's about it. I will see you guys in the next one.